and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is about what are your predictions for what might happen in the next 72 hours. So take a look at the four piles: pile number 1, the purple pile number 2, the green pile 3, the red pile, and pile 5, the orange pile, to see which one you resonate with the most. And let's get started. Oh, right, purple pile, hello pile number 1. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Justice. We've got the Magician. Oh, what are you doing? No, don't do that. My kitty cat is trying to distract me as usual, but she's not going to succeed. Okay, so we've got Justice, the Magician, the Four of Cups, and the Two of Cups. So what I'm hearing for this is that there's some sort of balancing happening to somebody around you. So it's somebody around you. Their power is going to be somebody who's been imbalanced or out of power, or out of balance in terms to how they execute their power over other people, or how they manipulate their people around them, or something like that, is going to be rebalanced. So somebody around you is going to be rebalanced. It could be a boss, it could be somebody else. But it's like, again, it's somebody, most likely it's somebody around you, but it could also be you balancing your manner of manifestation, leveling up. I'm hearing that you haven't always leveled up in terms of the empowerment of moving forward with your own power and creating what you want. It's almost like, in a sense of, you're almost afraid to step into your own power and to meet that aspect of yourself that has full control of your life and that can manifest anything. It's almost like a subconscious block, because maybe you've seen perhaps bad behavior, or it's almost maybe something went wrong in a past life, but it's almost like you're afraid to fully embody your manifestation power. But something's going to happen where you're going to healthily move into your manifestation power, or somebody around you who is imbalanced, like perhaps the boss, is going to be put in their place in some way. And you may not know about this, or you may know about this, but it's almost like, yeah, it's something about manifestation power. You need to level up with that and not reject that aspect of yourself, because I'm hearing you need to hear that it is spiritual to manifest. It is because somehow you got it in your head that it is not spiritual to be powerful. That it's somehow, maybe you learn that in your family, but you have a whole different mindset, or some way, past life, some sort of, maybe seeing the behavior of other people, but you're going to have some sort of level up in regards to recognizing that you can step into your power. And not only is it good to step into your power, but the universe requires you to do that, to be on your mission, because you're an important part of um, of the integral of an existence. And it is, the universe benefits when you step into your power and you get all that you desire. And I'm hearing that sometimes you feel like, oh, I shouldn't be all that. I shouldn't be all that I desire. There's a sense, it's almost like a mentality. Maybe you learned from your family um, that, oh, it's misfortune. Like, don't step into your power too much. But I'm hearing that something will shift within you, where you will see indications, and you will step into your energy, your power, and you will know within that being powerful is the deepest spiritual. And when you don't, I'm hearing, when you don't step into your power and you don't love yourself and believe, a servant. And I'm hearing that you don't always have to serve everybody else. You can serve yourself. I'm hearing you are allowed to serve yourself, and you don't have to have sort of imbalanced people around you, but you're going to, or false people around you, or just people. I'm getting a sense that there may be like one or two people around you that are not quite up to par in terms of integrity with their power. But I'm hearing they will be put in their imbalance of power. I don't get an imbalance of power from you. I get a sense of that you don't step into your power enough, where the people around you step into their power too, like in such an aggressive manner. But I'm hearing that if somebody's around you that's like that, they're going to be put in their place in the next 72 hours. But but yeah, but I'm getting that that you need to do the opposite and be part of your own experience and stand up for yourself and your own rights to manifest what you want in your life. So I get tune out distractions too. As I'm hearing that, yeah, you need to have this focus. I'm almost getting a sense that there may be a sense of difficulty in focusing your yourself in the right direction. Like the word, not that you necessarily have ADD, but sometimes I feel that maybe someone might have some sort of ADD like energy if it's not actual ADD, but sort of an ADD energy. And I hear you need to focus those chaotic energies into one goal, and you will learn how to do that. Or you, it's not even learning how to do that, it's sort of like allowing the imprint of that energy. So I'm hearing in the next 72 hours something will shift where you will feel the imprint of that energy, and you will know how to move forward with power, confidence, and command. With it, you knowing that the universe is at your back, and the universe is at your beck and call is what I hear. I hear you've accrued enough karma, good karma, that the universe is at your beck and call, and you will know that in the next 72 hours. Just it's kind of a core knowing that will be part of you, whereas it hadn't been before. Hello, my kitty cat is coming to join me. Yes you are. Yes you are. Did you finish your? Anyway, let's get back to the reading. But yeah, so I believe that's all. Yeah, tune out your distractions, and step into your power. And cats have no trouble with that. They this picture has a cat right here. They have no trouble with that. They absolutely they're connected to the universe. They believe that they're worthy. Boy, do they ever. They they were revered in Egypt and they never forgot it. And so yeah, like maybe take on the energy of the power of a. I heard the word tiger, some sort of feeling, but a tiger, the power of a tiger. Interesting. So that's pile number one, the purple flashlight pile, and so that's all we've got. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe check out my other. See, there's my little kitty cat right here. She says hi, and yeah. So maybe like, comment if this resonated, and maybe check out my other readings and see if, oh, no, don't ruin the camera. Don't ruin the camera. But yeah, check out my readings and see if it's worth it you subscribe. I hope you have a terrific day and a terrific next 72 hours. All right, now it is pile number two, the green flashlight pile. Hello, green pile. Green flashlight pile, pile number two. What what can we say? What will the card say about the next 72 hours? By the way, this is timeless, so it's good for any time you come upon it. So the Fool in reverse, materialism. Oh, interesting. Four and Wands in reverse, and the Hanged Man, and Five of Pentacles. So I'm hearing that you're rethinking the manner in which you move forward. The Fool is the beginning and is about how you move forward, and it's sort of like um, you don't want to be tied to things anymore. You don't want to be tied. I hear that you want to have a stable, or it's something about finding the balance between having a stable structure. And I'm also hearing that you may, in the next 72 hours, you may find a way to create a better structure in your life. You may have, I'm hearing in some cases, you may, a new, and this is not going to resonate for everybody, but definitely not going to, but for everybody, but you may find another house or another apartment or another um, something about leveling up, about a new way to have a new solid. It may even be with a person, but yeah, it could be with a person as well. A way to level up with a new solid foundation in your life. But I'm hearing the backdrop of this is that is my kitty cat coming to join us. Of going, knowing in the back of your mind that you want to go. This it may be on the outward. This new solid structure with a person, a place, house, a thing, a relationship, but it's sort of in the backdrop of this. It's like you want to know what you want to be tied to. You don't want to be. It's about this conflict in the back of your mind about moving forward in the right way, but also knowing that you, uh, how do I say this? It's sort of like you want to know what you're going to be tied. You want to be, okay, what I'm hearing, you want to be know what you're going to be tied into. If it's with a person, if it's a new relationship, a new house, a new hobby, even I hear, like where you have to make any kind of commitment, you want to know what you're being tied down. I'd hear this energy of not wanting to be like tied. I heard the word Sagittarius. You may not want to be tied, or you want to know clearly what you want to be tied down to. You want to be tied down. You don't want to be tied to the wrong things. You want to make the right decision. You're very much thinking about how you move forward. I'm hearing it. So it's sort of like I'm hearing you may feel, oh, I'm kind of um like maybe I'm pausing too much, but I'm hearing you're probably not pausing too much. You just want to make sure that the structure, anything that you get involved with, is sort of the stable, solid structure. We've got the Four of Wands for stability, and it's sort of like you want to make sure that if you buy a house, get into a relationship, a new job, a new class, even, you want to make sure it's right. So I'm hearing you're kind of rethinking how you'll make these decisions because you just don't want to be tied to the wrong thing. And I'm hearing there's almost in the back of that backdrop, it's sort of like, do I want to be? I don't want to end up in the cold like before. It's like you want to find stability, but you don't want to feel like you're out in the cold before. So you're really thinking about how you make decisions, and there may be like a decision presented to you about where to live. Like I say, what kind of solid structure you want in your life. But I'm hearing, what are some ways that you can know that you're going to be making a solid structured choice? So I'm hearing tune out distractions. Interesting. I got that before, but it's sort of like I'm getting there's a different flavor to this because there are different flavors to the cards. So trust the divine plan. Tune out distractions. I want to get a full picture of how can you make the right decisions about what solid structures or wake up call. Interesting. So I'm getting from that is that it's sort of like you want to see things in the best possible light, but you don't want to have rose-colored glasses because you want to make sure that you're clear. Like you want to make sure that it's kind of this uneasiness about, okay, how do I trust this when I am just sensitive that you don't. There's a part of you that doesn't trust yourself. It doesn't quite trust yourself, and you're trying to go into a meditative state to make the right decision. You're trying to see clearly. You're trying to trust a divine plan. You're trying to tune out distractions to move forward and create these solid structures in your life. But it's sort of like there's a sense of uneasiness. So let's see, what can I get for, okay, how do you quell this uneasiness? For, okay, what I got, one thing is know that you have the right to say no. Because there's a sense of sometimes people can cross, you have a fear that people can cross your boundaries and almost take from you or something, or uproot. There's a sense of almost like people can invade your boundaries or kind of uproot your stability. Like there's almost like what I get is that there's almost like a fear of other people, and that they can uproot your stability. So it's almost like a fear of other people, and so that's what causes your fear of moving forward. Is that your fear of they of like I get sort of a sense of a fear of other people, but I'm hearing that to quell this fear and to know that you can have a solid structure with whatever decision could be presented to you. It's sort of like instead of fearing, maybe write down what do you fear about other people and how does that relate to yourself and how can that be resolved, if that makes sense. And I'm getting like there could be 4 to 6 different fears or one big one, but it's sort of like, yeah, because that's what I'm getting. It's like maybe that you don't trust it's not that you don't trust yourself, but it's sort of like you don't trust other people. Interesting to be part of that solid structure, if that makes sense, or to make that decision, or that they would infringe on your boundaries or sort of invade your security, almost like a fear of other people invading your security. But I'm hearing, okay, how can you assuage this by sort of uh, by by I sort of by I was trying to get the right words, like to by readjusting your tuning cap on your head, I'm hearing, and by sort of creating sensors that detect the wrong people for a situation and the right people. And I'm hearing you may need to like sort of release some energetic work to sort of know who is the right people and the wrong people. It's very much about who do you want in your structure, who do you not, and that will be a lot of thoughts in the next 72 hours. Either an offer presented or the sort of the mentality behind that creates the solid structure. But I'm hearing that, yeah, it's very much to do with other people. And there's some sort of something about your tuning caps in regards to other people, knowing who is safe and who isn't, and who you want your structure. And I hear that, yeah, sort of meditation, doing some energetic work in regards to how you view other people, your intuition into regards to other people, how it relates to making decisions moving forward. Because, yeah, I see an uneasiness about moving forward with the, creating a structure. But it's like my cat is meowing in the background. Hello again. Glad you decided to join us. But yeah, so I'm hearing that's sort of the final thing is to adjust, because there's such a fear, almost a fear of being in the wrong situation, and it's sort of like you can I'm hearing you have the power to adjust and change this within yourself. You have the power to adjust and to change this and to make it come out in your favor, and creating the right people in your life and the right structures. But it requires sort of adjusting your tuning caps. But you'll know how to do that in the next 72 hours. You'll figure out how to make that an emotional adjustment. That will be something that will be easy for you to do. I hear. Just ask for guidance, and you just need that extra reconnection and that extra sort of understanding. But yeah, that and sort of to know that you can trust your mental tuning cap to know who is right and who is wrong. But that's all we've got for pile number 2. Maybe like or subscribe if it's resonated. Maybe check out my other videos, see if it's worth it for you to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a terrific next 72 hours. Okay, pile number 3, the red flashlight pile. Let us see yeah, my red flashlight. I need new batteries from it. For some reason, that's the flashlight that's not quite working now, but yeah. So we've got the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, the Tower, interesting, and the Queen of Wands. And so I'm hearing that there may be either something about a tower moment, and people freak out when they see the tower, but I don't, because it's sort of like, same with death. Sometimes people freak out, but I think it's a good card, right? Certain cards that people think are bad, I think they're good. But it's sort of like, I'm hearing that this is something that's going on in your mind, where it's sort of like, there's a sense of you feel close to reaching, and this is not, I'm hearing, if this is only, okay, I'm getting different threads. If I'm hearing you may reach rock bottom, but that's only if you're already feeling that way. If you're not feeling that way, then there's another thread for this pile. But I'm hearing that if you're feeling that way already when you get this pile, then it's almost like you've reached sort of a rock bottom of a feeling of defeat. And I'm hearing to realize that these are only energetic patterns. And I know that sounds trite, right? That sounds very trite. But it's sort of like, I see that for some of the people who pick this pile, there's a sense of, you'll reach a sense of just hopelessness if you're already feeling that way, not if you're not feeling that way when you move with this pile. But it's sort of like it will create this mental tower movement that will help you, because it's almost a sense of, if you have a hard time sort of creating what you want in your life. And I'm seeing that with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and you want to create the independence and the abundance in your life. But I hear that when you reach this moment, it's sort of like things will shoot up from then, and you will start to feel a sense of power. And let's see what else we get. Why is this? Why is this that you'll feel that sense of power? Because merchant. It's like almost like you'll have a new. Then that's what I got. I kind of got before. Is it like it's sort of like a new idea? Like your merchant's already coming up. It's like you'll have this light bulb moment that will. So the tower can also be a my foot is falling asleep. It can be a light bulb moment. It's reversed, so it can be kind of going upward. And as I hear that there's sort of there'll be a light bulb moment that will pull you out of defeat, the sense of defeat. If you're already been feeling that way for the last couple of weeks, months, even here years in some cases, it will be something that will sort of regain your power. The Queen of Wands is the ultimate in power, and it's sort of like you will be able to you'll be able to create from a more powerful place because you have a light bulb moment about how to create, how to relate, or how to be in the world. So thought. I got light bulb moment and then I pulled the thought card from the Gypsy Oracle deck. So it's sort of like a way to being, a way in the being in the world that perhaps or is not working will be shifted and you will have a light bulb moment and you will be like, okay, that's how I do it. That's how I can move myself out of this issue. This is, and you will see that the tower reverse can be going upward into like the mind realms and whatnot. It's sort of like I see a tower movement a lot of times in the mind, where it's like your mind structures will be blown to bits in a good way, and you will see how to you will and it will here that will go beyond thought, and it will be like you will be able to access your full power. And I hear that for a lot of you, yeah, you've had a very difficult time accessing your power and being the full positive Queen of Wands energy and creating the financial wealth or just emotional or some form of independence that you want to create. Because 9 is almost at the completion, but not quite. But I hear you will figure out a way to make it the 10 of Pentacles to finally create I hear that a lot of you want nothing more than completion and wholeness. But it's sort of like you're here, your root chakra holds you back. Your root chakra, my cat is running around, running around, running around. Whoa, yeah, she's running. She's no, she spots. But it's sort of like you will find a way to be in the world with power and confidence, and you'll find a new way of being in the world, and it'll spill over in this epiphany, this good tower movement will it's almost like when I wedding, and then that comes it could be going to a wedding or you could be getting married, but what I'm getting more is that it's sort of like different disparate ideas. It's sort of like the sense of fracturing in your mind that have been will be brought back together, and you will feel it's sort of like this wholeness I get. Like you will learn to be whole again, and know how to be whole in the world, having the different parts of yourself come together, and sort of like knowing that you don't always have to serve other people is one thing I hear. And see what else could happen in the next 72 hours. I got 11 from the top, the Gypsy Oracle. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got the house. I'm hearing that someone may invite you. Okay, what I'm getting for that is somebody may invite you into their house, either metaphorically or literally into the house. And I'm hearing also a kindness from somebody, a metaphorically opening to your house, and it could shift the direction of your life too. It could be a sort of an indication of what's going on inside. So I'm hearing a kindness from somebody else, like an assistance and a sense of help that will help you lift out of despair. We've got despair. So it's sort of like it will be a reflection of what's going on inside, which is some way to move you out of despair. Somebody will give you some sort of kindness. I see somebody with tea and biscuits, and I hear it could be even somebody who you didn't really formally like. Your perspective may also shift on somebody who you formerly thought was haughty, but you're starting to feel that they're not actually haughty. They're not you may have a shift, a tower movement, and I'm hearing another tower movement that you may feel is that you may recognize that somebody is not. It's like a mental shift, right? The tower reverse, going up mentally into the mental realms. It's sort of like you'll somebody that you thought was a former, you didn't really like them. You thought they were haughty. You thought that they were snobby. Like you may also um, change your perspective about this person and realize that they're actually helpful and a little bit misunderstood. And I know it won't resonate for everybody, but that's kind of interesting. And you may recognize that this person has just had a lot of misfortune, and they're not really a bad person, but they've just had a lot of misfortune. And you may have commonalities with this person that you didn't think that you had. So yeah, that's an interesting that came up too. And it's sort of like misfortune and misfortune. It's sort of like I see you sort of in the middle of the 72 hours. It's sort of like I see you going from this switch from black to white, or from this sense of feeling misfortune to fortune, either through this sort of this changing interaction or conversation with this person that you misunderstood, or a shift that happens in some other way within, like a tower movement within your mind. But it's like misfortune to, it's like sort of you figure out how you can turn your misfortune into fortune. So this feels like a very profound pile, sort of like a shift of your mental mindsets, that it feels very profound and major arcani. Major, I don't know if that's a word, major arcani. The major arcana, they're big moments in the tarot. So it feels major arcanish like, or major arcani. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna say it because I like to make up new words. But yeah, that's all we've got. I believe that's all we get. And I hear keep the faith. Something can shift your dynamic, and be very, because I hear that sometimes you found it difficult to shift your life and to change, but I hear something can do that. Something can shift and change, because the tower, like I said, can be a very positive thing, can be a strong change. And so I hear that the tower movement can shift you from a sense of despair to hope. It's just shift. Something will happen. It will change your mindset and your energetic field, even from despair to hope. A tower inward or outward tower movement of positive change. All right. So that's all we've got for call number 3. I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, maybe like or subscribe if you found this of value. Maybe check out my other videos, see if it's worth it for you to subscribe. But I hope you have the next 72 hours, a good next 72 hours. And then let's pile number 4, the orange flashlight pile. The orange flashlight pile. What do we have to see? Well, the orange flashlight pile. We've got 10 of Swords in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, Temperance in reverse, Gateway to Meditation, wow, interesting, and 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm hearing for some, it may involve getting a new job, and that's not for everybody. But it's interesting. We've got, if we're going to look at this in a time sequence, right? We've got the 10 of Swords, or at the beginning, and it's reverse. So reversals can mean that you're coming out of the state, right? Especially with the 10 of Swords. So it's kind of you're ready to shift out of that energy, right? It's ready to shift out of the energy of, over endings, defeat, right? You see this one, defeat, but it's reversal. So it's sort of like, it's very contrasting, these two cards beside each other, right? The 10 of Swords and the Ace of Wands, right? Because this is the ultimate sort of like it's over energy. It's over energy, and this is the ultimate, it's new energy. And it's interesting too, because every single one of these cards are reversed, which is also interesting, because that can mean that, like, sort of, there's what I get from that is sort of like there's a total new perspective, right? And with the gateway to meditation, going withinward, my sense is you've sort of been going inward for a while, inward, or trying to temper your energy to create something. And I hear that there could be a new work opportunity, or I hear even a new love opportunity, which doesn't normally associate with the Eight of Pentacles. That's just popped into my mind. It's sort of like, and it's been in the works for a long time. It's sort of like, or a new perspective that will soon create a new job or a new love opportunity, like a new perspective. Like, it's sort of like tempering. It's like you've been trying to heal and temper these for a while. I'm hearing now, going within, and it's sort of like you've been wanting to leave the defeating like energy in the past, but now I'm hearing that it's sort of been hard for you to create that new growth, right? It's sort of like been hard for you to create that new growth, but it's sort of like I hear, yeah, it's, well, I hear that all these cards are ready to be shifted upside down, or the right side up. I'm hearing, because they're all, upside down, reversed. So it's sort of like yeah, and I hear the Ace of Wands, the power, like this will soon be upright. It's sort of like this power of new beginnings, right? This is dead, and it's like I'm hearing you really want a new beginning, and you've been working to heal and temper, go within, and you want the Ace of Wands, and you want the Eight of Pentacles, right? New work, new way of doing things. But how can that be done? I'm hearing, how can that be done, and how can you have that shift in the next 72? I hear no longer wait. It's interesting. I hear do no longer wait. Know that you have the power to move forward. I hear no longer, do not wait any longer. Move forward. And widower, like it's interesting because I got widower, so dead. Leave the dead in the past. With the Ten of Swords, that card kind of goes with the Ten of Swords. Like, it's over. It's dead. Dead and dead. Both of these are dead. So do not wait any longer. You've done enough inner work. You've done enough healing. You've gone within enough. Now it is ready for you to claim what is yours. And I hear you don't have to soldier on so much. Like, I hear that you may have gotten used to things being sort of difficult and hard, but I hear it's like the new energies are such that you don't need to soldier on so much. And I hear you almost feel like if you're not working hard all the time, you're frivolous. But I'm hearing you're not frivolous. Like, do not worry so much about proving yourself. Worry about being the happiest you can be. And it's sort of like I get a lot of afflictive energy, a lot of thought afflictive energy, but I hear do not worry about that. Worry about I get an energy of, yeah, you may want to connect to somebody through email, or I'm hearing even going online to connect with people is what I'm hearing, right? The letters, the old way of, I mean, the deck that I have is not, it's from, I think it's from hundreds of years ago, the Gypsy Oracle deck, so it's not from, or something like that, right? So it wouldn't have included the internet, but I'm hearing connect with somebody online, or I'm hearing you could even get a letter, or you may be inspired to send a letter, or not, or inspired to connect with somebody online, hearing inspired to connect to a particular group. You could also be inspired to connect to a particular group online, which will change the directory of your life. So yeah, lots of energy of that. I'm hearing, let's see, I've got a scholar. I hear sort of like, I hear get out of your head and into your heart, which sounds kind of trite, but that's what I hear too. Get out of your head into your heart, and you will know how to move forward. You will know what letter to send, what group to join, what sort of site to join, whatever that is. You will know once you get out of your head and into your heart. You will know what to. So priest, I got priest, and then so I'm getting that this spiritual. I hear that you have full access now to your spiritual energy. Is what I'm getting. Go into your heart. Just making an intention to do that, and you will know what connections and how to move forward. And I'm hearing, yeah, in some cases you may get a letter or an email from a long lost person, which will make you either, I'm hearing either joyful or not joyful if it's not somebody you really want to hear from. I'm hearing in some cases it may be somebody you want to hear from. In some cases, you won't want to hear from them. But I'm hearing that, yeah, like it's about connecting. I keep on getting the letter. It's about connecting with other people through the internet or groups or support groups, and that is super super important for you. And Jordy, I hear once you just, I hear this is what I'm hearing for that is once you take one step, the universe if you take 1% of the step, I hear the universe will meet you 99% of the way. If you go 1% of the way, the universe will meet you 99% of the way, and you will begin a wonderful journey. So, friend, I'm hearing from a letter. You may hear from an old friend that you may not really want to hear, a friend or someone else that you don't really want to hear from and through the letter, but or you may want to hear from, or it's conflicted. You may feel conflicted, and it's sort of like, but either way, it's sort of like you're beginning your journey by communication, and sort of interconnection, and going within your heart and knowing how to move forward because of that. And thief, and I'm hearing that you may not want to hear from this friend or whoever it is, like a friend or someone else, because you feel that they're a thief, this particular person, and they may be, or they. So I'm hearing you may feel mixed feelings about if you get the connection or some sort of correspondence from this person. You may feel your hackles may be up. You may be hackles up, and I'm hearing that this person may feel some sort of guilt about something, and your hackles are still up. And I'm hearing maybe they should be, right? Maybe this person, you don't know, but it's like, I mean, I'm hearing use your own intuition to know the sincere. If you get, in communication from somebody, use your own intuition to know that if you should correspond with this person, or what their intentions are, if you even want to talk to them. But it's about connecting to other healthy people is what I'm hearing, and that's what you want to do in the next 72 hours. So that's what we've got for pile number 4, the orange flashlight pile, the orange flashlight. Yeah, and I'm hearing the orange could be a healing color for you too. Just sort of meditate on the color orange, and that will help you sort of connect to, like, I'm hearing that will help you connect to sort of a playful, heart-centered, childlike energy. The color orange, interesting. So yeah, that's all we've got for pile 4, and um, and yeah, I hope that you have a good week and a good next 72 hours. And yeah, like maybe check out my other videos, see if it's worth it for you to subscribe to them, and maybe like or subscribe. And have a terrific day and a terrific week. Bye bye.